Good morning. Happy new week. How is everybody doing? I was out getting my stuff for fresh juice and totally forgot the time, so I'm a bit later this morning coming on to help you help yourselves. How is everybody feeling? Last week was just such a strange week for me. You always look out and try to make sense of how you're feeling. You know, is it the weather? If the weather was better. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, it's just the postman. I've got something arriving. Yes, sorry about that. Yes, we look out and we try to make sense of how we're feeling. You know, was it something I ate? Was it the weather? Did I not have enough? Morning, Veronica. Did I not have enough exercise? You know, we blame ourselves really, usually, like something I did that has caused me to feel unsettled or unsure, or, you know, I just had this kind of feeling in my chest, almost like a pain in my heart. Morning, Richard. That I was trying to make sense of and breathe away and juice away, yoga away. And sometimes, you know, you just have to sit with what's going on in the body. I mean, I think that's unprecedented times. And, you know, one of the big things for me is that my beloved family, nearly half of them are in Canada, and my adopted family are in Malta. So the idea that I cannot be with them at will, whenever I decided before, I've just jumped in a plane, or I would have something planned in my diary. So I felt safe and secure around seeing them. And now that situation just does not exist, except it does. But my mind keeps wanting to close down the potentials based on what I'm seeing out here. And this is what the more of this work that you do, the more you'll realise what you think you see out there is what's keeping you actually from your inner truth. And we make huge assumptions. And I was watching a phenomenal video, which I'll post the link to if you're interested, on biofeedback and how we get sick. And certainly during my journey, you know, it's all about, I've been a fitness instructor since I was 18, so it's always about fitness and health. And, you know, so you start to think it's all about nutrition and diet and exercise, and it's not. Because then you realise, well, what's in the subconscious mind? What patterns am I repeating? What have I inherited? You know, what's going on in my family and my relationships and my workplace? What do I believe? What do I perceive? You know, all of these things are having an impact. All that information is going through the body. And certainly I know when I was younger, I was completely unconscious, had no idea that I was destroying my body with my thoughts and my perceptions and my heaviness and all the stuff that we know has an impact. But also what we're realising now is that things have been introduced into the world, onto the planet, that are affecting us all. And I'm not going to go into it in too much detail because there's enough rabbit holes to bury your head in these days, and we don't need any more fear. But we have an unprecedented level of disease. And, you know, I always say to people, if I had to choose between cancer and COVID, I know what my choice would be. I think COVID's the least of our worries, but it's gripped the nation in fear and making decisions and choices that perhaps we should have been making anyway, because we needed to slow down, and we need to get the cars off the road, and we need to take some of the planes out the sky, or do we? You know, and we need to have honest, open conversations, and we need to get back to communities, or do we? All of these concepts and labels that come around because of our education, and who's been educating us. Morning, Emma. Yeah, so much disease, so much diabetes, Alzheimer's. If anybody's got parents that were my ages, and, you know, probably just a little bit younger, you know that there's, in the care systems, creaking at its seams, and God bless the people that care for our elderly and our unfit. It is Morning, Emma. They do an incredible job, and we've been blessed to have a lot of these people in our house helping us through these times. So, but back to the case in point is about the assumptions that we're making about why we're getting sick. And if you're interested to know that there's been lots of chemicals, we know that, like tens of thousands brought in, genetically modified foods, um, glyphosate, one of the big weed killers, but nature will evolve and evolve and evolve. Man will never override nature. And we've tried through our greed and our drive for more money, for more produce, for everything. Same with the healthcare thing. More drugs, more jabs, more whatever. That'll get us healthier, healthier, healthier. And we're like, really? Are we looking at this all the wrong way? Are we making these huge assumptions that I made, and I'm still be making, that if we just did this, we'd be well? Or are we really struggling? Morning, Billy. Are we struggling against a corrupt system that just puts poison into our air, our water, our food chain, our medicines? Whether it's, I'm not a conspiracy theorist here, I'm just saying there is stuff in the environment that's not helping us. The fillings that we're putting in our teeth, what's put in the water, all of these things, inadvertently, there's a straw that breaks the camel's back. And that comes down to the immune system. When eventually your knees are creaking and then suddenly the immune system just gives way. And we now have this pandemic of cancer on our hands and all the autoimmune diseases that go with it. So if you're interested in this stuff at all, I want you to watch this video because it truly blew my mind. Because I know that there's things in my body, certainly mercury from my fillings and from previous vaccinations that have impacted my health. A lot of people don't believe that. That's totally fine. That's for you. But I know, and because I've been on a machine that tells me what's still in my body that was put in decades ago, that is impacting my immune system. Yes, it is a conspiracy, Richard. The word conspiracy makes out that you're a bit of a loon ball that doesn't really understand. Morning, Craig. What's going on, and that there's people out there that do not have our best interests at heart. That's very difficult for most of us to believe, and it should be. But we know now that the drive for money, the big greedy corporations, we've got enough documentaries to shake a stick at, that what they did with the movie Dirty Water. They poisoned people for decades and everybody knew and nobody did anything. And we have to understand, we mess with nature, we change the water, we change the air, we change the food, we take it away from the way it was meant to be, and the body doesn't recognise it. And we are nature, we are part of this phenomenal energy system. But the good news is, obviously, we are now starting to see ourselves as these energy beings, masses of intelligent energy that can, I believe, because I want to believe it, you can believe anything you want, so believe things that make you feel good. I believe that we can override anything, any of that, and I truly believe this. And it's not about being a hippy dippy loon ball, it's about raising your vibration where these darker, heavier things cannot exist. Yes, it's Emma, you're absolutely right. It's autoimmune's been a big challenge for me too, and it is for a lot of people that I know. Even a lot of people don't know that they've got autoimmune diseases, because what has happened now is we're so used to living at a percentage of our full vitality that we don't even notice, that we're meant to have a lot more energy. And I've always been hugely driven and hugely energetic, so I really notice that I'm not that at this moment in time. And then you're trying to do all your protocols, and then you realise that there's stuff going on that you just weren't aware of. Apart from the food chain, there is stress on the body that is being triggered by the day-to-day crap that we all go through. Anyway, so what do we do to raise our vibration? And really, ultimately, and this again can sound very flippant and a bit out there, is to feel unconditional love. And how can you feel unconditional love? How can you go into a state? It's much more than just a feeling, it's a state that we've probably all dipped into one way or the other, where you just are in that complete state where unconditional love is the frequency that every cell in your body is in. And when you're in that state, that vibration, nothing else can survive there. So it's a little bit like going out the gravitational field. You're going into a state, a frequency where certain things cannot survive. So as we raise our vibration, and again, it's light and the light dissolves the dark. That's actually at a quantum level what happens. When you go into these powerful, powerful states of being, nothing can affect you. And, the Sedona method was the first thing that put me into that state, that allowed me to be in that state where I laughed and laughed for half an hour with another friend, Tom, because we just realised all the stuff we'd been worrying about and how none of that mattered. And a lot of people now are using plant medicines or very often alcohol, marijuana, whatever, to get into these states. We're chasing the feeling. We want to get away from the suffering, which is human and normal. And nature provides a lot of the solutions for us, not a lot, all of them. But we have been led to believe that we have to buy them from, the big companies, and it's all controlled by our government. And now people are starting to break free from that and go, you know what? What if nature holds us the answers and we don't need, certainly to the degree, to be dependent on the government the way we are to provide and regulate all of the things that we thought we needed regulated, because we don't, inside, we have the biggest lie detector, which is our heart. We can absolutely tune in to see if that is true for us. And what is true for me will not be true for you. So this is where self-love and self-belief and really truly understanding, because do you trust your intuition? Even when your conscious mind's like, this makes no sense, you go, no, my heart's telling me. I'm being led by my heart. And we also have to have the balance between the academic structure, egoic structure of the mind, and the absolute connection to everything that comes from the heart, and being able to tune in with both of these and see what decisions we're going to make. And, for me, it's exciting, this power that we've all got, everybody that's on this live right now. So we're already going, right, okay, what can I do for myself and my family? Stop looking out there for somebody to fix it for you. We have all the answers inside and in our communities. And as more of us who believe that the person we can trust is not the shareholders or the board members of these sickeningly rich companies that we know make decisions for more wealth and for happiness from the shareholders, not for our health. And if you doubt that, PM me and I will send you a list of documentaries and data to support that. We need to unhook from the dependency on these people and these companies, and we need to tune in, because I personally believe the consciousness that we are moving into now, the level of vibration that we are able to get into we don't need any of that. We have the power, we have the divine inside each one of us. And we've just believed, oh, you need to help me or I won't be able to stay alive. You need to help me or I won't feel love. And don't get me wrong, it's phenomenal to have the support in the community from other people. We need each other. We need to be interdependent, to use my friend Chris Kidd's words. In the communities, they're interdependent in each other, but everybody plays their part and everybody works and puts into the community and is of service. And sometimes you need to be strong and give a lot because you're strong enough to give a lot. And other times when you're not strong, other people come in and give. And giving without an agenda, giving for the greater good, that is one of the things that makes you healthy. Imagine. And again, we have the science to back that up. So let's do a quick exercise before I head off for the day. So let's do the 4-7-8 breath. The message is clear. Raise your own vibration. Move out of suffering. That is the power that you have inside. And as a nation, as a country, and as a global collective, every one of us has that power. And if we recognise that power, a lot of these shareholders are going to be very disappointed because we no longer need their products to believe that we need these products to stay alive and to be healthy and to be conscious and to be amazing and to be joyful and peaceful. Arguably, a lot of these products dull our life force and dull our ability to take the action that is necessary for us to be free. So that's where I'm sitting. So let's do the 4-7-8. Let's raise our own vibration because we can, because we have that power inside us. Every one of us, every child, every woman, every man, every age and every body shape and every job title and every salary bracket, we're all the same. It's this. So we're overriding all the BS and all the limitation that we have been given and that we have taken on because we no longer blame, shame or complain. We're moving out that frequency. If you're blaming, complaining and shaming anybody, you're down here, suffering. When you realise, whoa, I'm going to move up here, I'm going to let go of all of that, that is when your vibration's going up. And that is when you will set yourselves free. So breathe with me. Breathing in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. Okay, feel what you feel. Remember, we want the cells to expand into cellular tensegrity. Let go. Really dare to open your mind and see what is out there. Let go of all the assumptions you've made, all the stories you've made up today that contract these cells. Just let it all go. Let it all go and let's just tap round. Let's get out of suffering now and into the higher vibrational states. Decide. Even although sometimes I cause my own suffering by believing my thoughts, by saying negative things, by contracting and holding on to my emotions, by judging others, by complaining and blaming and shaming others. Even although I used to do this before I woke up to my power, and sometimes I still forget and I do it, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although sometimes I blame and shame and complain. And even although sometimes I judge. And even although sometimes I wish things were different and I wish people were different. I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Deep breath and let it all go. I am now raising my own vibration. Let it rise, let it rise, let it rise. I am letting go of all needing to be right. Feel the relief. Feel yourself getting lighter. I'm letting go of all trying to figure it all out. Why, where, what, when, what, if, but, that, blah, blah, blah. Letting go of all trying to figure it out. Releasing the struggle with the mind. And releasing all judgment of this body, this container of my soul. I'm letting all of that go. Allowing myself to release the past and all the stories and trauma and betrayal and shame and blame that's in there. I'm releasing it all now. Drop that baggage off. I allow my vibration to gently and safely rise. My energy field is getting lighter and brighter. My heart is gently opening and releasing all the pain I inherited and gathered over a lifetime. I'm letting go, I'm letting go, I'm letting go. Just for now, if it scares you to let go too much, say just for now. I am getting lighter. I'm releasing all the suffering. I have the power. I allow the divine energy to flow through me effortlessly. Just let go. Observe your state, your cellular tensegrity. Feel your vibration rising. We're adapting to these new frequencies, these new powerful electrical energies that are coming through. Just allow. Raise your own vibration. You are the power. You have the power. We all have it. So remember, it all starts with your words. So what are you saying? Instead of saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm knackered, I'm tired, I'm fed up, I'm bored, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, whatever it is. Instead of that, what would it take for me to feel much lighter and much happier and more joy-filled? How does it get better than this? What would it take for me to wake up full of energy? So that's your words. Okay? And then you've got the thoughts. Why did you do this? I am so stupid. Why do I always feel like this? Why did I eat this? And then it's like, you start to think, is that thought true? I ate the wrong thing. I thought the wrong thing. Is that true? Am I believing? Is my believing that it's a bad thing the only problem here? So always remember, is it true? No, usually not. I am thinking the wrong things. Is it true? And feel it dissolve. Feel the whole attachment to that belief dissolve. And then, of course, your emotions. What do I feel? What was in my heart? When you feel that pain in your heart, which I was really feeling last week, then your thoughts will drop to match and you'll start to think dark thoughts because of the feeling in the body. And let's face it, there's a collective fear. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's actually nothing to do with your day-to-day life. So you feel the feeling and let it go. feel the feeling and let it go. Welcome the energy and let it go. And don't be disappointed if you don't fix it in 3 seconds. Gently, 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 gently feeling, gently healing. Gently feeling, gently healing. Because the body needs time, right? This concept of linear time. We're so impatient. We want everything now. I drank a litre of juice yesterday, so I should be feeling better. No. You need to keep doing that for 2 years. And that's where we get caught up. We take however long, 60 years to get into the state that you're in. And then you want it fixed with a wee 5-day detox or a wee 3-week programme. Staying alive and vital and healthy, it's like brushing your teeth. It would be great if you just have to do one workout, one toothbrush, and then you never had to do it again. But we know we're living in this gravitational field, and if we do not resist the gravity, then we will atrophy. So in order to stay alive, we need to be alive, we need to feel alive, and that's a daily practice. And that's what the protocols are all about. What do we need to do on a daily basis, or certainly on a weekly basis, in order to keep this body, mind and soul well, healthy and vital? And make no mistake about the power of the community. All doing this together, having fun. Do not lose your sense of humour, because it's so easy. You're not going out with your pals, you're not laughing your head off, you're not watching comedies, you're not, because suddenly life's taking this serious turn. And again, that's lowering the vibration. We understand that laughing is so powerful instantly for your immune system. So hang out with people that make you laugh. Anyway, that's, I think, all from me. Remember, your words, your thoughts, and your feelings. So I start a weekend of letting go on Friday. If you want to come, I think there's still a couple of places left. Let me know. Starts on Friday at 5 o'clock. Finishes on Sunday afternoon. We will be diving into this in nature, in the forests, eating plant-based, nutrient-rich, organic food. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm really excited about it, and it would be great to have you there if you feel you need an extra boost. And then the following weekend, we have a family weekend, so you can rent a cottage for you and your family, and we've got lots of cool stuff. We'll be teaching you and taking you out into nature. So yeah, have a look at the Heal Scotland page and the events, and we've also got a fantastic food weekend, and we've got a 5-day detox coming up if you need a wee boot up the arse. So anyway, have a wonderful day and week, and I'll chat to you tomorrow. Ciao.